This dog is standing at the gate of the apartment waiting for its owner. It's been waiting like that for 15 years. It's because the dog's owner said something that year. Wait here for me to come back. The dog saw this as a promise. It is also a promise. It's been waiting for 15. What day? It's always looking at people passing by. He would love to see in the vast sea of people. Have your own owner. I saw someone in the distance who looked like the owner. It will immediately go to look closely. But every time it comes back 7 times. Every day it has to endure this feeling. I don't know how many times. Every day is like this. It doesn't matter if it's a big wind or a big rain. It doesn't matter how bad the weather is. I can still see this dog there, waiting for his master. The dog also searched the entire apartment from early morning to late evening. When are you tired? I will go back to the place where the owner made it to rest in the morning. I saw the shadow of the dog again in front of the apartment, from small to large, from young to old. The people around him were very moved by his work. Good people will take advantage of their free time, give food to the dog. But it's not the same as 15 years ago. The lifespan of dogs is just over 15 years. I look old and my teeth have fallen out. You can't eat anything too big. I can't even lick a few sips of water. After the old woman saw it, you can just smash it and feed it. Even the dog is difficult to eat. She tried to take the dog home, but the dog refused to wrestle away from her grandmother. And looking back, the dog is the same as before. If you see the owner, you wag your tail. But its owner is now missing. The old lady found it unsafe to hide under the car. So I took the dog home. She doesn't want to see it. Keep waiting like that, poor thing. When she put it down to get the key out, then it looks like it's running back. Makes everyone feel sorry. Went to the door, turned around and signaled for them to open the door. The door just opened. The dog doesn't want to miss a minute. It ran back to its old place, in fear that when the owner comes home, won't see it there. The old lady wanted to help him, so I printed a lot of flyers and distributed them morning to evening. Find out the dog's old place. She went to find out, but the owner of this house moved away a long time ago. It's been so long. People don't remember anymore. The old woman just pasted the last flyer up where people go. The dog is still waiting in the old place. Whenever someone walks by, the dog will raise its head. It seems to be very tired. It lay motionless on the ground. The next day, people suddenly can't find the dog. Every day when the sun doesn't rise, and after the sun has set, you can see the dog sitting there. The boy anxiously ran to the dog's shelter. The dog was sick and could only stay in the shelter. The old woman took the dog to the hospital. After the examination, I was very lucky. His health is stable, but due to age getting higher, so one of its eyes was clouded. His age is also high, so you can't do surgery. After the injection, the spirit was much better. Laughing with her, it's like wanting to thank you, because she took him to the hospital for treatment. A kind person nearby helped him clean up his place. After the dog left the hospital, Noor returned to the nest to rest. He goes back to the place where he was supposed to wait. Just one more breath. He will continue to wait for the owner. As for the dog, the owner is the whole world. Even if the eyes are broken, I can't see clearly and still don't leave. I hope everyone likes and shares. Help the dog find its owner. To fulfill a wish for it. Thank you for your support. If you want to help too, click follow me, so that together we can radiate positive energy. Thank you everyone. A guy while walking on the beach. It turns out there are a lot of wild cats living in the rocks. The cat saw a stranger, then he fled into the rock. And now their mother ran up and screamed. He seemed to be telling her not to touch her baby. I saw a stranger approaching, for kittens are both scared and curious, looking out from the rocks. After hearing the mother cat's meow, they dare to step out. Then the mother cat looked at him with eyes begging, "Save your child." But it's something that people can't understand is, why did you abandon these cute cats? Make them live their lives, wandering a full meal outside. Fortunately, I have my mother by my side. Also very secure. Every one of them is looking curiously at you. But when the mother cat left, they hid in the rocks. It's not until the mother cat comes back that they feel safe. For kittens are very small, but they all look very healthy. Look, my cat took good care of them. The kitten in the back is the most cowardly, and these 3 cats in front of me are braver. They sit in a row and looked at the boy with pitiful eyes. I'm trying to say, nice guy, let's feed them. Right now. If you want to save them, please comment below what to do with cute cats. There's an AI that can hold back from reaching out and stroking
As a
them.
result,
You just gave it. The kittens are afraid to hide when you're doubting your good looks. But at the same time I don't give up. Reached out to touch them. Even though we met for the first time. I have to get close to my cat first. I know my mother is safe, but the kittens still can't believe it. This strange uncle in front of him is a good man. After half a day's hesitation, they just ran out of the rock. With an attitude of before strange, the boy once again reached out his hand, but he was still rejected by the kitten. Look at this lovely shadow, love and hate at the same time. So I decided to touch it. While it's not paying attention, I can't believe you really broke through. The kitten struggled to express his anger, but the boy still doesn't care. Put it in your lap and start stroking. The kitten secretly thought, this guy doesn't play well. But actually, the feeling of being touched is quite comfortable, and so his hair was scratched and bald. I just let it go now. Kitten, after coming home, I didn't forget to lick my hair. It's enough to see how bad it is. Fortunately, you brought PA to make it up to them. The cat smelled the fragrance and ran over, and then he poured 8 glasses of clean water. Turns out you're the one who feeds wild cats. Because the kittens are so cute, I can't help but joke with them. I almost forgot the main thing. When I look back at the cat, I see that it is really thin. Alone, it's very difficult for him to take care of his 4 children. That kittens were first eaten. They also don't dare to eat casually. But boy still clean stones around 8 food for the kittens to come and eat. And then 2 kittens came running up and smelled the food. Watch out. Cats have to wash their hands before they eat. And then the press imitated my mom to eat PA. After eating 2 pieces and realizing it can't be reached, he jumps up and puts his face on 8 foods. Finally, the 4 kittens were fully assembled. Cat mother face full of love. Look at your child. Then give your place to me and neither. Take food with them. And silently sitting next to you watching what you're eating. There is a mother who does not love her child. The cat is also looking at the boy. I seem to be saying thank you. The boy didn't take them home. But then I also found an adopter. They just hope people don't arbitrarily abandon their pets. At the same time, treat them well. Let's love wandering animals together. The 6 puppies of this squid have lost themselves. He's obsessed with it every day. Make it for now. Every day it lives in the lowlands. Anxiety is always hiding in a corner. It's called Little Black. Adopted by her grandmother for over a year. She always wanted to treat him better. No matter how hard you try, it still can't be forgotten. Hurt in the past. Every time she thinks about it, she's heartbroken. The scars on his body. It's still visible on the skin of the Little Black. If someone calls out its name, then it will be afraid and tremble endlessly. You can see it's a lot of damage. 5 should. In the heart of the Little Black has produced psychological barriers. When the old woman brought food, black people don't dare to not look into human eyes, but just lie curled up and shiver endlessly. This is good food that other dogs love. But it's always waiting, after everyone left. And when there's definitely no AI around, he dared to come out and eat food, but one of its legs is still in the nest. There seems to be only this solid room. It makes him feel safe, but when there's a noise, Black will rush back to his home. I can't even imagine what it's been through before to be scared like this. Poor Little Black. Because to help it overcome its psychological shadow, the old lady invited a famous veterinarian to her house. Suddenly a stranger came. Little Black felt extremely scared. The doctor used scented candles to help him relax. Then gently stroke it. Tell it not to be afraid. I came to save it. Now the veterinarian is examining Little Black. Luckily his health is still very good, but due to fear and excessive stress over a long period of time, it has a psychological obsession. Despite its painful past, makes people very sorry. But the sturdy room the old lady built for him has inadvertently isolated it from the outside world as a way to comfort one's own soul. So taking it out of the dark room, that's the first step to getting him out of his obsession. Everybody gently pick it up, but not a few steps. Little Black was afraid to run to the dark room. Fortunately, the vet stopped it in time. That's under everyone's guidance. Finally, Little Black walked closer to the little blanket so that he can get used to his new life. After it gets to the blanket, then it felt safer. Because I don't want her to feel lonely. The old woman sat next to him. Tell him not to be afraid, because you were there to protect it. She took the dry meat that her favorite dog to comfort Little Black. It smelled for a while, and then eat the dry meat she gave him. It's the first time it's eaten food in front of a human. Within a year, the dog has been hurt in the past. It can't figure out how to solve it on its own. So there's only one way to retreat into your own world. Maybe under the protection of the old woman. Little Black knew that in this world, there are many honest people like the old lady. In the yard, she has a lot of dogs, wandering around like a blackbird. They've all been hurt. When you decide to adopt a small animal, don't forget that they also have souls. Treat them as gently as possible, because to them you are everything. They also deserve respect and love. Thanks to all the good people who covered them.